All right, my guy, Teshawn Hazelwood. Welcome back to this platform, man. You know what? It's been a minute, but I soon I'm probably gonna have to put your interviews in like sections, part one, part two, part three, because we've done a few of these interviews already. So welcome
Yeah, it's
back to the
true.
stage, man.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be back, Derek.
Glad to have you back again, my man.
hmm
And congratulations on the new baby.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much.
And let's talk a little bit about that first. You know, you have
Yeah,
a little
sure.
boy now. How does that make you feel?
hmm He is great. Got my boy and I got my girl. My daughter, she's 2 years old. She's turning 3 in September. And my son is 3 months old now.
Nice, nice. That's a good feeling, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it is.
It's always good to see you, man. A smiling face and everything. You know, how's
Yep.
things?
Things are quiet, just been working hard and just playing my part, taking care of myself and the kids and the family and just keeping busy. That's basically how things on your end.
You know, things are cool, man. You know, I'm still trying to do my thing, trying to shine light on the guys involved in the horse racing. You know, just trying to do my broad journalism, as you want to put it, because you know I'm
hmm
into other things too as well. It's just not only horse racing, but you know, horse racing is something that I love, and I know a lot of people around it now. But still trying to broaden my perspective and you know trying to make things happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, so racing wise, what you been up to? You know, you've been kind of quiet for a little while. Kind of miss you. You know, every time I look into entries, I see Elijah, but I don't see Teshawn. And now I see that you're pop up in Barbados for the Derby, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, the opportunity is a little competition is a little stiff in Gulfstream currently. So I just been getting on a few horses for Safi. Been to Santa Anita Park, with Be Your Best and Skippy Long Stockings. Then I came back to Florida and I actually just flew in from Saratoga. I've been in Saratoga, West Africa for some time as well. And I was offered a derby ride by Mr. Jones, Charlie Jones. And I'm also riding a few for Robert Pierce here in Barbados as well. So I just flew in for the day.
That's
And
pretty
then I'll
cool,
be
man.
back out to Florida.
That's pretty cool. Do you have history with Mr. Jones?
Well, yeah, I won a race for Mr. Jones already. Yeah, on a horse near Ultimate. Yeah, I won a race with Mr. Jones already, and I also have a great uncle who passed away who used to actually captain Mr. Jones boat as well.
He's big
Yeah,
in the fishing, right?
yeah, he loved the fishing a lot.
Well, I mean, there's the old man Charlie, and then there's the Jono. Um, which one you referring to that love the fishing? Both the senior and
Well,
Charlie.
both, but I know for sure, but I know both love the fishing, but Charlie, which is Jono's dad, yeah, he's the one that I am rooting for in the Derby. I always say that when I come back home, people like especially around the racetrack and home in my neighborhood, they love I get when I always come back home. Like no words can express that feeling, especially being gone for so long. And like for instance, like this evening, I just got up and just went for a little walk and just like looking the area and just say this is home. This is really hard. Is yeah, the Derby is Thursday. First race is at 3:30. I ride five horses that day. Yeah. One for Charlie Jones, Heidi Marie, and the Derby. I also ride Donald Strublin for Robert Pierce, Chansey for Robert Pierce as well. Dispolcha for Richard Dean, and Amazing Dream for Andrew Nunez. Like Andrew Nunez, I'm not sure if you know, but he's the I think he's the last trainer, if not the second last trainer to won the Triple Crown in Barbados with People's Champ.
Yeah, I think I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, and Robert Pierce, he was the leader trainer in Barbados a few times as well. He and Andrew Nunes. Yeah. The funny thing is, my first grade one I ever won as a jockey was for Andrew Nunes as well. Yeah, with a horse
Wow.
called Hot Stepper.
Oh, you rode that horse.
Yeah. I rode Hot Stepper. I won like I won a few races for Andrew Nunes. I think there are 8 races on the day. Yeah, but one is an apprentice race with seven
Oh,
pound claimers, so obviously I'm not eligible for that race. So
that's
outside of the eight,
remarkable.
I ride 5. Mm-hmm.
Now,
And
what allows you to what allows that to happen? Is it the company you keep, or is it that because you're coming from North America now that you get some big rise, or what's the real thing there? Because I know you've already set a sort of a, I won't say a legacy, but you've set some records in Barbados in terms of they know who they're dealing with, they know who you are.
yeah, definitely. Mm-hmm. I would say it starts with your work ethic. Yeah, your work ethic. Everyone at the garrison know I'm a hard worker, and every horse, whether it's we call it like a G class race in Barbados or A class race. I ride all my races hard the same way. I try to get everything out of the horses to put them in the right spots, and my statistics speak for me as well.
So that's I've heard the same thing from other people. I got some people in Barbados, and they
Hmm.
say the same thing that Tashawn's a hard worker, and they all often say, Tashawn's a hard worker, but we ain't see any. But now you're back in Barbados, and
Yeah,
is it a cool feeling to know that you're coming in and being on the outside and getting those rides and potentially a good mount in the big race, or would you like to be seen outside of Barbados as well?
I would honestly, as a jockey, I love competing. Whether it's in Barbados, overseas, I just love to compete. Like I can, I can right here jump on a plane tomorrow and go wherever my next mount is. I just love the action. That's the truth. I love the action, and despite not having very much mounts in North America, you always stay ready. Like I would always head to the jocks room, hit the treadmill, hit the exerciser, and just stay ready for whenever the opportunity arises. Yeah, yep.
Yeah,
Gotta stay hungry. It just gives me it reminds me of like the beginning of my career in Barbados as well. It was tough. It was real tough in Barbados when I first started out. And I would always say to Sean, you come too far to stop. You can't stop now, you gotta keep pushing on. And I also like it never crossed my mind to quit or give up, but something that always stick in mind was if you quit, you gotta think about the people you disappoint that believe in you.
I mean, this is what you want to do, though.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. I want to be the next best thing. So you gotta keep pushing on.
One thing that I always keep in mind, is, like for me, is for example, there's no room for quitting. I mean, there's room
Yeah,
for
it can.
improvement, there's room for
Absolutely.
changes, but not room for
Mm-hmm.
quitting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that has
mean, like,
happened to me too as well. I've had to make some changes and also make some improvements and stuff like that. But you got to keep striving.
yeah, you gotta keep pushing on for sure there. It can't come so far and then just give it all up. Too much sacrifice.
Now tell me about some of the good feelings that you've had being in Florida. Some of the good moments that you've had down there.
Well, um, the good moments I had in Florida was one, like for instance, being able to gallop Sullivan Angel, that won the Breeders' Cup
That was a nice
for
horse.
Safi Joseph. Oh yeah, she was a nice horse for sure. I've been galloping her right up to the Breeders' Cup. I
She's
didn't go
still
over
going.
there because, pardon?
She's still running. She's still going during her
No,
time.
she retired. She retired now. She's a broodmare. I think she's in Australia actually.
Oh no! Oh wow!
But I remember when she first came to Gulfstream. I've been galloping her all the way up to the Breeders' Cup. And I didn't go over there because I rode one for Safi the day before. So I stayed in Gulfstream. She ran the Saturday and I rode a horse for him the Friday. And it was a pleasure being on such a nice horse like her, you know. I also had the opportunity to get on with Abario as well. Breeze him coming in. That's when Safi first took him back over. And watching him win the Pegasus World Cup as well. That's another great experience I had at Gulfstream Park. Just working hard and getting a lot of nice horses, meeting a lot of people. I actually get to meet John Velasquez, Javier Castellano, Joel Rosario, those elite riders. So it was a pleasure meeting them guys as well during the championship meet. They taught me a lot.
And what are those relationships like? Are those guys pretty cool to talk with? Those guys are pretty cool that you
Oh,
can say share a few conversations or what?
yeah, definitely. Yeah, those guys keep no knowledge from you at all. You know, they share all the knowledge, like, whatever you ask, they will share it with you.
That's not.
And if, like, for instance, you go on the exercise and you're practicing, and you need a tip or two, they will take some time out and come and show you a thing or two on the exercise as well. Yeah, they always help out the next generation coming up.
Is that any different from your peers that you know that you grew up seeing, or is about the same for the guys that you know of?
Well, I would say the ones in America are more welcoming.
Okay,
Yeah, I don't know if it's because they're at such a high level that they don't see you as a threat.
okay, that's
Yeah, and
fair.
they're always, yeah, and they take the time out and show the next generation a thing or two.
You know what? That's always warming to hear, and to hear from a guy like yourself. You know, based on the history in America, America's had its challenges. You know, when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to people in general, race and stuff like that. But it's always nice to hear good stories from the track. You know, sometimes I go around and talk to different people, and I hear different things from other people. But it's always nice to hear you coming from Barbados, just going into the colony that you got the elite people who are willing to share a few conversations with you.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That
Even
must
like after races too. And after the races, they go and pull up the race replay and ask any of the riders like where you think I went wrong or anything like that. They will always share information with you. And don't care what part of America you are. Like, I've been to Saratoga last week and I saw the same Johnny V, Joe Rosario, and those guys showed me the same love they showed me in Gulfstream.
no that was that's Saratoga. Saratoga's a real elite racetrack with lots of high purses and so forth. A lot of guys want to
Hmm.
ride there. You
Yeah,
being down there, are we gonna see you down, see you on any rides soon or what?
that'd be great if we could get a radar too, just to compete amongst them. Those guys are is opportunities that don't come every day, especially during the Saratoga meet because that meet is the toughest meet I would say in America.
Yes.
Yeah, the best of the best are there, the best horses, best trainers, best riders. Yeah, so to get it right there would be a pleasure for sure.
Yeah, for sure. You being based right now, we can pretty much say you're based in America. But are
Hmm.
there any other jockeys coming in for that race in Barbados on Thursday?
Mm, not to my knowledge. I think there's a guy from Trinidad, the guy who won I think it was the Tango when he won. I
Yeah, I
think
think I remember.
he's coming to ride the horse in the Derby as well. Yeah,
Oh, nice.
yeah. I think it's
What's his
only
name?
me and him. I can't remember his name right now at the moment, to be
Okay,
honest.
okay, that's fair. I mean, I don't.
Mhm.
I have my computer on, but I turned it off, and I could have pulled up the entries and see the name, but I turned it off for a
Yeah.
second just now. So I'll have to work with my
Hmm.
memory, which is not the greatest thing, but I'll rely on yours. You're the younger one, so.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh
So
man.
far, it's just me and him. All the others are our local Barbadian riders.
Hmm. Now, there's been I seen my guy Rocco coming over
Yeah,
to.
Rocco,
Have you seen
Ghost
him over
String.
there?
No, I haven't seen Rocco and Ghost String. Reason being, when Rocco was in Ghost String, I was in Saratoga, and then when I flew home to Barbados, I think Rocco when I was flying out, Rocco was flying in, so I still never got the song.
Yeah, it's always things like that, man. Paths never cross. Just just so busy. The lives of the jockey, man.
Yeah,
You guys are so busy. I gotta say, you guys are up early in the morning, and then a lot of times you don't have time for a lot of things. But I guess
yeah,
you have to make it happen if you want to really be big in this
mhm,
game.
yeah, for
It's not the
sure.
easiest thing.
Not easy at all. Limited sacrifices that come with it.
I got a question when it comes to racing in Barbados and racing outside of Barbados because I think this is the last leg of the Triple Crown in Barbados, right? That you're coming into ride,
Yeah, the
and
Derby. Yeah.
there's no is there like is there a big hype down there on the island when it comes to that, or just only the racing fans really stay tuned to it?
Well, I would say like honestly, I don't know how it is now, but what I could say is when I was here in Barbados, I know it was a hike definitely. But I left Barbados in 2023, so I don't know. I mean, a lot can change in 2 years,
Right.
and I know for sure when I was based in Barbados, when the Derby is coming around, you could just feel that the vibe was electric. Everybody want to win the Derby. Yeah, but I know if it will probably be that same vibe as it get closer to the Derby coming Thursday.
Yeah, probably because it's all about the parties and so forth that happens
Hmm.
around these events. It's always a good
Yeah,
feeling.
yeah, for sure.
Do you miss home, or you're happy to be out there in North America?
Honestly, the only thing about home that I miss is my family and kids. Sometimes like the food, but America is my new home.
Oh, I love it.
In the
I love it.
beginning, yeah, in the beginning, I was like, yeah, I want to go back home. I want to go back home. But I only used to want to come back home because of the kids and my family, and that's basically it. Take my kids and all my family to America. Probably would never come back Barbados in no time soon.
Man, those are strong words.
Yeah, I mean like America, more opportunities. Like when I see all my kids are in America compared to back home, I mean there's always something to do in America. Barbados, unfortunately, is limited.
I got you. I got you.
Yeah, it's limited, so it's mostly like for them, you know, try to give them a life that I never had.
Nice.
Yeah, for sure.
That's good to hear. You're
Hmm.
the last boy, the last child. Was he born in America or born in
Yeah,
Barbados?
he was born in America, yeah.
Man, that's
Hmm.
now. I know that there's been a lot of controversy lately around the whole immigration process in the states where they're asking about if your parents are Americans and all this stuff. Has that affected you and you're
No,
traveling?
no, at all. Never affected me because I had the straight paperwork and everything before I was coming to America. So, I'm up there working with Safi and I get all my documentation straight away. Yeah, America is a lot of room for growth. Yeah, there's
But
a lot of room for growth in America.
because there's a lot of times when jockeys get homesick or if they're not doing as great as they expect to be, a lot of times that they want to fly and jump out and say, "Look, I'm done. I'm out and going back home."
Yeah.
you know,
That never crossed my mind though, not to go back home.
I
Nope.
remember the last time we spoke, you said the same thing too. You said, "Nah, that never crossed your mind about leaving."
Nope. I would come home to compete because I love to compete, but I don't want to come back permanently. No, no, at all.
Oh man,
Hmm. Strictly business.
have you gotten on the horse already?
Yeah, actually got on her this morning, first time. Yeah. First time I got on her this morning, and she just jogging canter around the track, you know. And my girl, she's ready to rock and roll.
So I mean, you're loving it in the United States of America, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And no, like coming from Barbados and you get to the States, at first, most people, even myself, when I first got to Canada, at first you want to leave and all that stuff, but has it sunk in now and you've built up your people around you and you got all these opportunities? Like, how's that going for you?
Yeah, for sure. Because you see what happened is right there, when you leave Barbados and you go abroad, it's a fresh start, new environment, But for me, when I went America, the only boy I knew was Safi. Yeah, that was the only boy I know in Florida. And then as time go by, I meet people and just get better and better every day. And some days I was like, "Geez, on boy, this tough," but I always keep in the front of my head, Tashawn, going back home is not an option, but you gotta stick it out.
Nice, nice.
Just continue pushing through, pushing through. We bring the family will visit, I will head home, and they gotta ride, and it just get better and better and better. Had a lot of tears behind it too, brother, trust me. Because when I leave Barbados, my daughter was only a year old,
Right. Yeah.
so that was tough. Leave the dog, the horse, everything behind and just went America and start over.
So you're a true horseman. You left a horse
Yeah,
behind.
I got a horse, a pet. I had my horse. No, this is 16 years I had my horse. 16 years. Yep.
Wow. Now who looks
Still got
after
the
that horse
days.
now?
Um, my daughter, godfather, my brother, and a lady that I knew from the time I was a kid. Yeah, she come with family though. Then they check after Smokey for me. That's his name, Smokey.
Yeah, I remember from the last conversation. Now it's all starting to
Mm-hmm.
come back.
Yeah,
Smokey.
Smokey. The funny thing is, like, I can't thank Smokey enough because when I was learning to ride, he still learned to ride on. Smokey used to actually give me my first fall to riding a horse.
Tell
Yeah,
me more about that fall, man.
that fall, I was riding in bareback and I was on in the field riding in bareback, and couldn't get him stopped because obviously when you're riding a horse bareback, you depend on your legs to squeeze and pull back.
Yes.
And I think he was sweating up and I slid off him and I fell off. Because I know green, don't know how to ride too properly. And that's how I got my first fall on Smokey.
Now, have you had any major like falls and stuff like that in your career?
Yeah, for sure. My first fall I will never forget was 2021 Boxing Day. Yeah, I fall off right on time. Up by the half mile. Well, just after I passed the half mile, I just fall off right on time. My horse clipped heels behind Deshaun Gaskin,
Hmm.
who's currently at Woodbine. Yeah, he was riding a horse, and my horse clipped heels behind his. And I had a concussion and damage to my neck and C-spine. And that fall was Boxing Day. I started back riding in March. Yeah, March. Yeah,
So you
three
recovered
three
pretty
months out.
pretty quickly though.
Mm-hmm. A lot of therapy, anything. A lot of therapy I do behind the scenes too. Therapy and doing a lot of beach, trying to get myself back out there as quick as possible.
Now, I want to ask you this because you mentioned Deshaun Gaskin, and I would say some people watched him kind of grow a little bit. I know that he's not having the greatest year so far, but last year he came around Woodbine and he started to pick up some mounts. I guess when he was still an apprentice, and
Okay.
and he has his business picked up a little bit. when you see guys at that rise, you see guys at that start to, get a few rise here and there. How do you feel, and what's your thoughts?
I just be glad reason being like because I know how hard it is to get going in the horse racing business. Because everybody only see the finished product, when you're winning a lot, but nobody see all the time that all the no's they get over there, the no's they get and the losses they take in the races, everybody only see when you win. So and again, like coming from Barbados, I know Deshawn first started out in Barbados too. Yeah, had it easy as well. Hard worker, and he just continue pushing the way through until he make it out at Woodburn right now.
Yeah, I see him every now and then. See how hard he's working. I met his agent too as well, and he tells me he's a good kid, and all that stuff. So I hear the
Yeah,
back
he is.
of all the stories. So it's always pretty cool. I'm
Hmm.
always happy and excited when I see guys get a ride, and if they win, and it's pretty cool. It's really good.
Yeah, winning. I seen on the kit
No, everybody loves winning, and everybody wants to win. That's the ultimate in horse racing. It's
for
just a
sure.
quite interesting sport. Nobody remembers the third place or second.
No, I always say second is the first loser. Second is the first loser, man. I always want to win. I mean, because in horse racing, when a race run, you always hear who win the race. But if you ask it, who ran second, people go and watch the replay to find out who ran second. Yeah, people don't really remember who ran second.
People not too concerned with the second place person, right?
Yeah, That's like you're gonna ask like who won the Pegasus World Cup? They could say, well, yeah, wait, Abaria won the Pegasus World Cup, but if I ask who ran second, they probably don't even know who ran second. Me personally, I can't even think of who ran second, but I could tell you who won.
Now you just mentioned a
Yeah.
horse here that's a really nice horse. Um,
Mm-hmm.
that
Wait,
horse.
Abario?
Oh yeah, pretty nice, pretty
Yeah,
nice.
he's a nice horse for sure.
Yeah, nice horse. You know, you know, there's a lot of times where jockeys, I speak to jockeys, and they have their own way of how they want to set their career. Um,
Mm-hmm.
some guys like Rocco, for example, use him as an example who pretty much wants to ride at every track in North
Right.
America. Definitely the
Mm-hmm.
states for sure. Um, and then there's other guys who have met who said they want to be like the face of the racetrack. They want to be that guy that the media comes to. They want to be that guy that when you think of the track, you think of them. What is it for Teshawn Hazelwood? What's your part in this whole thing? What do you want to be?
I wanna be I wanna reach a level where don't care which race track I go to in America. Everybody know or could be able to point say that's Teshawn Hazelwood right there. And just got like all the statistics and the hard work behind it. People would know, but yeah, that's Teshawn Hazelwood, champion right at this track, grade one winner right at all these tracks. That's just my game. But I will get there in the right hands for sure. I'll get there.
When you think of that and you think of what you got to do you think that you are on that path, or do you think that you still got some work to do?
I on that path. Just need the opportunity. Just need the opportunity there.
I got you.
I know my capabilities.
I got you.
Just the right opportunity, brother. And it will come for sure. It will
You
come.
know, when I look at horse racing, I'll be very blunt about this.
Hmm.
Um, I see in terms of persons of color, I see um, my man Santana.
Hmm.
Um, I'm trying to get names out there who I see are, that do pretty well at the big tracks. Um, My guy, of course, Rocco, but he's not at the big tracks, riding on a consistent
Also got
basis.
Kendrick.
There's Kendrick, but I also see that Kendrick um, doesn't always be in the bigger races, which
Yeah.
that's just what I'm seeing. As a person who's commentating from the side, I can tell you this is what I'm seeing.
Hmm.
Um, you know, there's a lot of other guys out there, but I don't see them on the big stages. What makes Teshawn Hazelwood different that you think you'll be on that big stage too as well?
I honestly think so. Um, the way I look at it, like again, I know my capabilities, and I always put the father at the head of everything I do. And I always say what's me, I will get definitely because the man upstairs is who's run this show, not nobody else.
Hmm. Good
And that
point.
just keep me going. I just focus on what needs to be done, continue being a good person, respect everybody, and what's to be will be. And I strongly feel in my heart it's gonna be.
Recently over the weekend, I just watched, I believe, Juan Crawford win his first stake race at Woodbine. Um, and the first person he give thanks to is the Almighty. So it's always good to hear guys like yourself who give thanks
Hmm.
to the person above for getting you
Yeah,
to this point.
for sure. Because without he, you know, nothing is possible. Well, put him at the head of everything you do. Well, for me, that's what I do, and it works for me.
Now I know things are tough in the United States because it's a very competitive place. There's one thing I'll tell you for
Hmm.
sure: nobody gives you anything very easily in the
You got to
U.S.
earn it.
or in Canada. Um,
Yeah,
so to see you still smiling and see you still have your big dreams,
yeah, for sure.
pretty
And
cool.
I mean, I always smile because like I know I'm gonna get, I know I'm gonna get what's for me. I just gotta get to this part, and it's already out there for me. Just gotta go and get it.
It's wonderful to
So
hear, man.
ain't yeah, ain't no pressure on my end because trust me, there I am gonna get it.
I'll be watching. I think we'll be all watching to see what you're doing.
Yeah,
It's such a positive attitude.
yeah, I will get it for sure. Hmm. I will get it. Like same in Barbados when I first started out. I always know, I always knew that Sean, don't worry, one day you can be a champion, buddy. And I just continue working hard, and I did get the breakthrough. And when I get the breakthrough, I took advantage of it in every single way.
How do you manage your body and everything? Even though the mind, the mind is funny because you're not getting the rise right now. But how do you keep your body in shape?
Well, I mean, you just made a very, you just said something very important there. Like, it's hard to, well, not hard for me, but I'm just speaking in general, it's hard that when you're a jockey, you're not riding that regular to keep your body weight in order. But for me, I, I get on a lot of horses on the morning for Safi. So, and also Florida's a hot state, so I sweat a lot on the mornings. So that keeps my body worked up, lose a few pounds in the morning, and I don't really do much eating. I usually drink a cup of tea on mornings afterward and just get some rest. Same thing the next day. So I'm not really a big eater, so I never had the weight issue. And I also hit the exerciser and the treadmill just to keep the fitness up in the jocks room. It's just a routine, an everyday living routine I keep,
Right.
and that will keep my body weight in order.
That's pretty cool. That's a lot of discipline. Sometimes
Yeah, for sure.
not all of us have that kind of discipline where we can wait it out and say, you know what, I'm just gonna stay ready for that opportunity. That must be really tough, not only on the body but
Yeah,
also
it
the
really
mind.
is. Because something to there. I always say, I always want to stay ready because you never know when the opportunity is gonna arrive. And you don't want that when the opportunity arrives, you're not ready.
I agree
Because in
with
this
you.
game, all it takes is just one opportunity to change your career. All it takes is just one.
I like that attitude from you, man. You stay so positive.
Yeah.
This is really cool.
That's all it takes. One opportunity. And then your career could just sort of straight in the sky.
That's real cool, man. I'm, you know what? I'm really excited about the future because of guys like yourself who stay sound, stay positive, man. Like it's such a learning lesson for so many people. Like even though like we don't always see you on the Saturday or Sunday, but yet you
hmm
stay so positive. You know, that's
Yeah, just continue playing my part. And
yeah.
just keep pushing through because I'll just say, there it's gonna come. It's gonna come, brother. I could feel it. I don't know when, but trust me, it's coming. It's
That's
coming.
real cool. How's your family doing? Are they very supportive of everything?
Yeah, for sure, definitely. Yeah, I always keep them involved as well. I don't keep them in the dark about my career. So they will call, check in to Sean, how you doing? Like, yeah, mom, I doing good. The reason as coming as I would like, but I good. And once I good, my mom and the family will be good as well. Part of the sense that they know what I'm dealing with.
Are you
Yep.
still cool with Elijah?
Yeah, That's my boy. I hear Elijah up to this morning.
And I
Yeah.
gotta say, now that I mentioned his name, the first time when I met him, he was so shy, and then the
hmm
second time, like he was so confident. So I like to see the confidence that you guys have. You guys, both you and him,
Yeah.
man. It's cool.
Elijah. Elijah's a good person.
It's real cool, man. So
hmm Elijah Greenwich, man.
I want to say this here because I interviewed a jockey one time, Jalon Samuel, and he
hmm
said he was going to win the uh, the Gold Cup, and he did win.
You woke up.
Will we ever hear Teshawn saying you're going to win the Derby, or are you just going to leave that for the day? You're not going to
I
say
ain't gonna
anything.
see it. Well, for me, I ain't gonna see. I mean, it's a horse race, and sometimes golf is reality. Anything can happen in a horse race. But even if like I'm the type of person, I got the utmost confidence saying that yeah, I'm gonna win this race, and I will not say. I just lay it all on the track. That's just me. I let the horses do the talking. Yeah, I don't. I mean, that's just me. I just go there and just let the horses do the talking. But trust me, the confidence is there.
uh, that's that's a good way to put it, and that's a good attitude to approach it with as well. And the reason why I reached out to you because while I was speaking with Slade Jones said that you were going down to ride a horse for his granddad, and I was
hmm
like, "Oh, interesting." You get the call, and he said, "Yeah, Tashawn's a great rider," and he said all these nice things about you. So they said, "You know what?
Yeah.
Definitely speak to Tashawn and see what's going on here."
hmm Liz, man. Yeah, Slid is also he's a good rider himself. Yeah, actually got a picture in my bedroom here with me and Slid. Coming to the where I was on a horse for Richard Dean, horse called Gold Star, and Slid was on a horse for his grandfather. The same horse I won with a horse called Ultimate. Yeah, Slid is a good kid.
Pretty cool, man. Well,
Slid.
look, and I'll tell you what. Best of luck to you, man, on Thursday. I hope you do some big
hmm
things. I
Yeah,
obviously, I hope that you win every race that you ride in on Thursday.
that'd be
But
great.
I know the reality. The last time you went on there, you did some great things like that too. So you
hmm
never know.
Yep, 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 definitely. And hopefully it's a successful day.
Yeah, I really hope so, man.
And also hopefully I got a reason to get back on this show.
Hey, look, you're welcome
Get back on
anytime,
this
man.
show.
Anytime we can always chop it up. We can have some
hmm
great interviews, man.
Yeah, Thursday is gonna be an interesting day, though. I'm looking forward to it for sure.
All right, man.
Yeah.
We'll chat afterwards, and I hope that
Mm-hmm.
you get the finishing line first. Okay.
Well, that'd be great. Thanks a lot, Derek.